What's up, y'all? We're back again with another PlayStation video, man. Today, guys, we have 3 things that we'll be discussing, and these are the top 3 that's been happening. So what we're going to talk about is the GDC. If you don't know what that is a Game Developers Conference. They just published a State of the Game Industry report that included results of the survey over 3,000 video game developers popping in. Now, the first one will be the organizations asked developers which platform interests them the most, and a huge 58% chose PC. Now, every other system, consoles, but PlayStation 5 took the lead with 44% of that survey, finding the most crazy, interesting platform right now that's happening. But Nintendo Switch got 30% of those votes, and Xbox Series X and S got only 30% of the votes. Google Stadia, they received the least amount, which is 6%, which is wow. That's insane. But the platforms that they're currently developing with games, obviously it's 58% on PC, but 32% said iOS and 31% said Android, and it just goes on. So the responses were similar to the questions with the platform, and the respondents developing the projects, which is PC and mobile platforms, did lead, and perhaps the despite the PlayStation and Xbox platforms having some similarity with it comes to the past, current, and next projects, that the developers are showing interest in the PS5. And in the reports from GDC noted that elsewhere it appears that fewer developers are working on virtual reality, augmented reality games, and it means that the next generation of PlayStation 5 PSVR remains to be seen. So obviously PlayStation 5 is a go, and obviously it's a great system. Every other system is a great console. It depends on what you play. But the next one, guys, I do want to talk about is the PS5 restock that Sony might just alter the design. And Sony has some bad news for a lot of gamers that's still looking for PS5 restocks. But the tech giant doesn't really expect to be significantly that they don't increase the ability to manufacture the PS5 at any time soon. But even though to change the design of the in-demand console to solve the issues. But VGC did transcribe that the Sony investor call that took place following the release of the company's annual earning reports said that the Sony CFO Hiroki Totoki said that they're aiming for more sales following that the PS4 is in its second year, but can actually drastically increase the supplies. But here's the thing. Totoki did suggest that the Sony may be able to cope with the shortage by either finding a secondary resource to manufacture its consoles with, or even by going as far as just changing the design of the machine in order to circumvent the issue. They didn't expect to see the PS5 go a major redesign at any time soon. But what's interesting is to hear that Sony is considering tweaking some console slightly in order to increase its ability to meet the overwhelming demands. But latest earnings reports paints that a huge PlayStation sold 7.8 million PS5 consoles through March 31st, which is more than a PS4 sold in its first fiscal year, which is pretty insane, right? So it's reported that the total operating profits of 3.14 billion in the division is obviously extremely healthy, remains one of the own Sony's portfolios with a crown. So that's just that. So we have now, it's the next one. Hopefully PlayStation does actually offer more restocks for everybody else. I know a lot of my friends are actually looking for some too. So keep looking, guys, and just hope that you find one, because it's really hard nowadays, man. But what we want to talk about now is this brand new PlayStation 5 exclusive Abandon. This game is like pretty crazy though. I ain't gonna lie about that, because this game is just like a PS5 exclusive, and the studio obviously is focusing on crafting a cinematic style first person story. And it's a shooter's game, which you can actually run, aim, and shoot, but Abandon requires you to hide and plan every shot before pulling the trigger, because obviously they really want us to be nervous and come at each other. And every enemy encounter, we gotta be able to be aware that a wrong move can actually be a factor between surviving combat scenario or just dying. But this PS5 exclusive Bannon obviously is going to render into a native 4K at 60 frames per second and minimal loading times. That's going to focus on immersion and 3D audio and DualSense features, which is going to be pretty cool though, because the Dutch development studio Blue Box Game Studios, you know, they announced Abandon, and you know, it's a cinematic horror survival sim arriving later this year, only on PlayStation 5. So the director Hassan Kalraman announced that the coming new first-person horror survival shooter in the official PlayStation blog yesterday. Abandon is set in detailed open world settings and encourages players to test their survivor skills through a realistic survival approach. And the game is still in early development stage, so hopefully the team does kind of give us an announcement or a beta somewhere along the line. So let's just await and see what happens with this. Well guys, that is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and turn the bells on for more PlayStation updates. Go ahead and show some love below in the comments, and I'll be there to reply to every single one of y'all. To then, it's what we want. Signing out.